kids are acting up today. Okay, we are live.
Good afternoon, everybody. Today is Thursday, April 9th at 3:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's still 2026. And for those of you that joined us yesterday, or if you haven't done so already, it was our 1-year anniversary special. So go ahead and check that out. We gave away 2 Amazon gift cards. And so if you didn't belong to the Discord and you see the thought go by and want to do so, please feel free to. So other than that, what do you got going on, Crazy Bee?
Oh, not much. Just, kids over, family over. We did get the car fixed last night per my telling them we didn't need a new starter, but they went and got one anyways, unneeded. But the
From the
facts,
junkyard.
yeah, but here's the real kicker. Okay, catch this. So they went through all that, got that starter, did all this stuff. They come back, they plug it in, and they're like, why is it idling funny? You remember how they were saying it was idling funny before we
Right?
hung up? I
Yep.
went out there and I'm listening to it idle. I'm watching the gauge. I'm watching all the gauges and stuff, and I see it's flickering. The lights are flickering. I'm like, oh, the battery cable's bad. No, it's not. It's not that. It's something with the transmission or this or that or the other. I'm like, I am telling you right now that the battery cable is bad. And they didn't want to hear me on this, okay? So I'm like, okay, squeeze the negative connector. And they squeeze it, and all of a sudden it stabilizes. I'm like, let go. They let go, and it goes running funny again. I'm like, stabilize it again, squeeze it. And they squeezed it, and it starts stabilizing. I'm like, grab some aluminum foil.
Speaking of which, where are we doing that?
They're like, what? What? No, that can't be. You just saw it for yourself. Grab some aluminum foil.
The party told them to ignore their
And hi, Seb's mom.
The party told them to ignore the evidence of their eyes and ears. It was their
Oh,
most final and most essential command.
it was the political parties telling them to ignore the
Evidence
evidence.
of the eyes and ears. It was their most essential and final command.
So we'll have the Escalade up and running in a little bit. Buddy went and picked up a roll of aluminum foil.
Jeez. You need to share your screen.
Oh, shoot, that's right. You can't see what the hell I'm doing.
There we go.
There, now you can see everything.
There we go. Hey, Seb's mom.
But yeah, we'll have the Escalade running tonight. I told him we didn't need a new starter.
That's good.
I thought we needed a new starter. We pulled off the old one. I'm like, well, we'll clean it in, and if we need to, we can rebuild it. Then they sent the wrong starter. I'm like, this starter seems to be pretty good. Let's pull the solenoid off of this one, put it on the old one. Wow, holy shit, it worked. But they still went and spent $36 in total on a used one from a scrapyard that's in worse shape than the one we had on our Escalade to begin with.
That's retarded.
So I'm going to have to rebuild a second starter.
Right, and why they didn't go do that in the first place, I'll never know.
Well, I didn't want him to go to a scrapyard because the scrapyard is in North Nashville. So you're looking at $20 in gas to get down there, $20 in gas to get back, $30 for the part, plus the $6 entry fee. Buy a new frickin' starter at that point. Or a rebuilt one for $165 for $40 more, basically.
Right. Wow.
Yeah, that's why I said don't go to the scrapyard, because that's the closest scrapyard. Well, other than a couple way north of us, about the same distance north as south. Don't bother. We can rebuild the one we have, or get a refurbished one. Common sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he is a retard, so.
Joys of men not believing women know anything about cars.
Well, you already have been put in your place once, so why would they believe you?
Yeah, I know.
You know?
I know. It's
right?
just frustrating because I've been doing this since I could walk, and they still don't believe me. They still don't believe me.
Mm-hmm.
And they're out there thinking, oh, it's the pressure plate to the transmission from the starter and this, that, the other. My dad raised me on KISS, just like anyone else whose family has ever been in the military. You were probably raised on KISS. Keep
What's
it
Kiss?
simple, stupid.
Oh, I thought it was like the
Stupid.
rock
Yep.
band.
Keep it, not the rock band. Well, I was raised on the rock band too, but no, keep it simple, stupid. So I went with paying attention to the lights, and yeah, the lights were dimming when the idle was struggling to keep in, and it's because the battery terminal needed to be tightened. So, what would I
Jeez.
know?
That's funny. You need to create them a checklist. Before they tell you they need a part, they have to check this, and this before they come to you.
Well, I told
And
you
then you
how
go
they
back
sat
and
5 feet apart, one handing the other tools, but while they were sitting there just running their mouths about this, the one handing tools could also have been cleaning the starter. No, instead, it
mm-hmm.
gets brought to me in a 1 gallon bucket and a can of brake cleaner.
Oh my gosh.
No tools, nothing. So I'm improvising this shit as best I can with the windows open in my bedroom. It was fucking great. My head hurt that day. I'll give you one guess as to why.
Gee.
But yeah, no, it's yeah. Anywho, how's your day going?
Mm, my head, I think, is worse than yesterday. It
Hmm.
hurts. I'm not gonna lie, I'm hurting. That one that's still in the base of my skull is really.
Well, he said
I
you
think
would
I
be
don't know if
hurting
it's
for a while
yeah,
afterwards.
for a week. Yeah, at least a week. He said,
Hmm.
and so they're pretty wicked, and the ones in my shoulder are pretty wicked as well. So yeah,
Yeah, your body's
I
in
actually got
so
a
much pain in so
yeah,
many
it's
places you can't even
right.
handle it, and that
Yeah,
sucks.
and then I got head butted because somebody decided that we're wrestling again today,
Oh, so
and I
somebody
had
thinks he's older than he actually is for 1 year old.
okay, yes, he does. He thinks he's a WWE
Hey, some
fighter,
people in
and
their 50s,
oh,
30s
and I
do
got bit. He
bodybuilding.
bit me on the belly.
He bit your stomach?
He bit me on the yes, he did. Because I bite him. You know what I mean? When I pick him up, I grab him
Oh,
and I
you
bite his.
play bite.
Yes, he bit me on my belly. Yeah, while we were wrestling. So
Okay. Oh, that's funny. My
it's like
son really called it when he said he would be the future dictator of Guatemala when he was first born.
uh-huh. Yeah, he's
My
gonna be
I have knowledge that shouldn't be obtainable. It's called the future.
yeah.
I don't know if you heard my son.
I didn't. No.
He says I have knowledge that is not obtainable. It's called the future. No, yeah, yeah. He says I have knowledge that is not obtainable to others. It's called the future. So he's psychic.
Mm-hmm. Yes. He may very well be for all we know, and I have him in training right now. So what can I tell you? Here's how to do a body slam.
Here's how to
You know.
bite. Here's how to
Uh-huh.
headbutt. Here's how to kick
Yep.
and punch.
Yeah, I
He's
got head
he's gonna be
butted.
a scrapper when he gets bigger. You
Yeah. The
watch.
furniture was moved. The stroller was turned upside down. The bar stools were on one end of the kitchen. The dining room chair was pushed up against the bench, and now I
There
got to
is no
watch it.
containing him, is there?
Nope, nope. As soon as I let the dog out, boom, he's right behind me and once outside.
I
I
think
think
the
he's
Velcro
probably that's.
wall is gonna be needed.
I think that's how he's going to learn to pee first. Is watching the dog and going out and lifting his leg, which might not be a bad thing now that I think about it. I
Better
could take
potty
his
training.
diaper off like right when like right when I'm ready to let the dog take his diaper off, let him out and let him go into the yard with the dog and
When he pees,
do his
bring him back
business.
in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's too
Exactly.
funny.
Yeah.
I would have never thought to have potty trained my kids that way. Just let them run out in the yard and pee
Yeah.
everywhere.
Well, we got the property to do that. Like, and then last night Jake had baseball practice to which they ended up moving to 8 p.m. So EJ took him fishing in the creek, and he got a cute picture of him turned where he's peeing in the creek, and I'm just dying. I'm like, why couldn't he pee on land or something? Why is he got to pee and contaminate the water? I was like, oh my gosh.
He
You
ain't
see this little
contaminating
fat
that water
pee?
any more than the deer and the fish and the raccoons and everything
I
else
know.
are.
So he could have got up and went on the ground, but he caught a fish. I don't even know if I've even seen one like it. I'll have to send you a picture. And
I
yeah,
know
so he
last year
got
he
wet
got
like
that
up to his
golden
knees.
catfish or golden
Yep,
carp.
that yep,
That was
yep. That
beautiful.
was
I shared
something.
that to my dad. That was a
Right.
nice
Yeah.
one.
Yep. So he's
Why do I keep getting American
so anyway.
Airlines?
Buddy, we're live.
I don't care.
Well, I do. Stop. Anyone want to borrow my son for a few weeks? I'll donate him. He's
No.
not good with doing housework, but he is a good hard
I'm
worker at
not
his
good.
job.
So why don't we
We
fix
can't
this
have
then?
him miss work when he goes on vacation.
But vacation, this is gas station attendant. There is no such thing as vacations at that level.
No days off.
You can. Like, I mean, he didn't even have to bring a doctor's note for a sick day because, well, I mean, dude don't get sick often. He wiped out on his
Right.
frickin' scooter and was back to work within a couple days.
The next day.
Oh, the next day. Yeah, that's right. It was the next day. So, yeah,
No.
yeah, you had to be back the next day. Anyways.
No, he took a day off.
Oh no,
He
he
took a
did
day
have that
off.
scheduled day off and then
Yeah.
it was the next
I
Yeah.
day.
had Easter off.
Said he went back. Yeah.
Yes. And his hip is still bruised, but you can
Mm.
feel the knot in the muscle from it. For those who don't know, the wind, because my son being like 6 foot tall and 145 pounds, got
30.
blown. 130 pounds.
Maybe.
My bad. He got blown over by 20-mile-per-hour gusts of winds, and he wiped out on the road with his scooter, bruising his hip and skinning his elbow. He got some road rash on his elbow, and yeah, it's he's healing. That's the thing that matters is he's healing.
Right.
Oh, gotta love it.
Good.
So, other than
I
that,
feel like yeah. I feel like the back of my head is in a vice right now.
I can believe it.
So you might be. Yeah. It's just squeezing and squeezing. I actually, well, we don't need to go into detail, but I got
Yeah.
sick right before, so luckily I didn't have to. Leslie came down and got the baby, so he's
Okay.
gone. I had to wake him up, so a man
Aw.
was passed out at 11:15. So it's cute to go in and see him on all fours looking at you like, what'd you wake me up for? I
I
was
don't
sound
want to be
asleep.
awake. Leave me alone, you crazy big
Mm-hmm.
giants.
Yep. I'm like, payback time. No, he's good. He's been really good. I
uh,
can't complain.
oh, that is
All
so
right, what do we
funny.
got up for?
Oh, are you still there?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, I'm
it
here.
cut off
I said, what
abruptly.
you
I
got?
thought, sorry, it
So
cut you off
here
abruptly.
we go. Here we go with Discord today.
No, actually, I don't think it's Discord. I don't know. See, I have a nephew upstairs gaming. It might be my end more than anything that
Okay.
it cut off abruptly, or maybe your mic didn't pick the lower tones. I don't know. Maybe my audio didn't pick it. Discord's usually not a problem. I don't know why, but yep.
All
All
right. Well,
right.
what do you got first for us?
You sent this over the to watch. I got it edited. Didn't really pay attention to it, but by the title, Fort Bragg has got to tighten up some shit or stop letting everybody in.
It's a little bit absurd.
All right, let's.
Initially, I thought it had to do with the other leaker, but I'm like, what? We got another one? Seriously? Okay.
There's a lot of leaks from the military. It just don't
Uh-huh.
always make the news.
Right.
And if you're in like if you're currently active duty when you leak something, ain't no press gonna get a hold of your military tribunal. Ain't no one gonna hear
Right.
that one. So,
Right.
all right, here we go.
Lauren, it is a delicate balance. Now, we talked to Michael Easley, and he says that this area has a unique proximity to Fort Bragg and national security law here in North Carolina. He says his case really highlights the thousands of folks who support those specialized operations over at Fort Bragg and those who have classified information and access to that classified information. That's why he says it is a delicate balance with really trying to expose mistreatment, but also not disclosing that classified information to folks who aren't authorized to have it.
Our Delta Force is one of the most sophisticated military units in the world, and it's one of our Army's most elite units. They handle some of our nation's most sensitive matters.
Tonight, federal prosecutors say some of those top secret matters were exposed by a Fort Bragg Army Special Operations veteran who had top secret clearance and worked with a special military unit. In a federal complaint, Courtney Williams is accused of sharing classified information with a journalist over several years. Prosecutors claim it was then shared in this book, The Fort Bragg Cartel. The author has spoken publicly about the contents of this book on national platforms.
What the government alleges is that her discussions with this journalist went beyond what she was legally allowed to share.
The federal complaint alleges between 2022 and 2025, Williams shared 180 text messages, over 10 hours of phone conversations with the author of this book, detailing misconduct and abuse inside the specialized unit at Fort Bragg.
There's always this tension between someone needing to speak up about some wrongdoing or something that's happened under our law enforcement, under our military, in any arm of government. But there are avenues to do that the right way.
Easley, now practicing law as a defense attorney himself, says Williams does have a chance at a good defense.
The defense will no doubt try to cast Ms. Williams as a whistleblower who was trying to call attention and raise awareness and shine a light for the public on what she deemed to be misconduct within our armed forces.
Easley also points to the claims that Williams knew she was sharing information with a journalist.
Wait,
in court
hold on.
documents.
What she deemed as misconduct, not necessarily what the military deemed
Wait,
as misconduct.
exactly.
That is two
Exactly.
very separate things.
And there are avenues for you to escalate your concerns
Yes.
within any organization.
Yeah,
And
I'm
you
a
know, I
little
think,
alarmed that they even use that wording. That
yeah,
bugs me.
and the fact that it went on for over 2 years is alarming because how much stuff did get out. You know, I think of Fang Fang and Eric Swalwell, right? What
Uh-huh.
actually did transpire. And if they knew about this, why wasn't it taken care of like within a year? It took that long. You know, it'd be one thing if info was passed back and forth to some foreign country and we couldn't track it. But the fact that there was a book written and the
Yeah.
author, the author went and bragged about it, about Fort Bragg, that makes it
Yeah.
even worse.
That really looks bad. What in
Like,
the
who was
hell?
investigating is going on?
It bothers me because, like,
I
again,
know.
I just, what the hell is wrong with people?
And I want to get the book because if you look at what was the name of the book? The Fort Bragg Cartel, or
Yeah,
they
Fort
used the
Bragg
word
Cartel.
Yeah, like what the hell was that all about?
I don't know if they even know. Again, words that get used with no true understanding of what they really mean or are being used to exaggerate a circumstance is becoming a serious problem. It
So this
really is.
is shades of Mark Kelly and the other Dems saying, what, anything that you deem to potentially be illegal, you should ignore or you should do.
You blatantly disregard your orders.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Our system is so jacked up it ain't even funny. This is getting insane. And I don't think I'm the first to even think this. Actually, I know I'm not. This is just
Right.
getting way out of control and beyond stupid. This is just, what the hell?
And again, it's all over because they can't stand Trump.
For the most part, yeah. It really truly is. Trump bad. We must not listen. Like
Right.
frickin'
Yep.
fucking sheep and bots. And I'm not trying to be mean. Don't get me wrong, but they're going to get people killed with this active
Yes.
stupidity.
Uh,
Active sheer stupidity is going to get people killed.
right.
And do they even care? Do they even know? Do they even realize?
But yet Congress is gonna go and vote again to keep the FISA court open to spy on Americans, but yet they can't even keep track of their own personnel
They
and what the
can't
hell is
keep
going
track of
on
their
in the
ass.
exactly.
It's just getting out of hand. And I'm not even trying to be mean. It's just sheer fucking stupidity at this point.
Well, I'll be mean for you because it is fucking sheer stupidity.
I,
You know, this stuff just doesn't go. I mean, like, I I'd like to see what the 180 texts actually had to say,
I
but I'm sure
question
we want, you know,
the authenticity of it too at that point. Because at this point,
right,
if they're willing to spill whatever fucking bullshit, how much of it is even legit? How much is just bullshit they're running their
made
mouths
up.
about
Exactly.
because
Right, right.
attention?
Hmm. And again, we don't know. I just out of curiosity, uh, let me go out on to Google and see if the book is even available. Okay.
Alrighty.
uh, or I'll go to Safari and see if it's available. I want to see if it was a like #1 bestseller or what was it, Fort Bragg Cartel?
Yeah, Fort Bragg Cartel.
Okay. Okay. Okay, we're doing live on air research again, peeps. Okay, the
We
Fort
tend to do
Bragg.
that quite
Okay,
often.
yeah, I'll send this to you, but
Okay.
and we'll put it in the description below. The Fort Bragg Cartel is a nonfiction book by investigative journalist Seth Harp, set to be published in August of 2025, that details drug trafficking and murder connected. Come on. Connected to Fort Bragg, a major U.S. Army installation in North Carolina, home to special forces units like Delta Force. The book explores criminal activities occurring on and around the base, focusing on the involvement of military personnel.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And it's not new that our military has done retarded shit and gotten themselves in trouble. It's not anything new. Go to a bar near a boot camp and just see some of the stupid shit that happens.
Yep.
They
Here's
go on
the
leave and you're going to see all kinds of stupid shit go down.
yeah, I'm gonna send you Crazy V if you wouldn't mind skimming through the Wikipedia, and because there's a couple things that popped up I just want to look at real quick
Okay.
before we leave this. Okay, so
Alrighty.
there's the Wikipedia on it, and
Let me open it up
again,
and
folks,
get it over there.
we we didn't plan really on talking about this, but our discussion is kind of taking
Uh,
its wayside.
There we are. Let me add this to the show notes while we're right here. Okay, so let me make sure I get that added in. Okay. So, Fort Bragg drug cartel, yeah. Background. Before becoming a contributing editor at Rolling Stone magazine, Harp was a lawyer and worked as an assistant attorney general for the state of Texas. During college and law school, he served in the United States Army Reserves and did one tour of duty in Iraq. Okay, that's a lot of experience
Interesting.
around the
Uh-huh.
special forces, because the
Right,
Army
right,
Reserve doesn't always interact with them very often.
right.
Okay. Fort Bragg cartel builds on Harp's previous reporting in Rolling Stones. Harp has also written for Harper Magazine, The New Yorker, blah, blah, blah. The book debuted on the New York Times list as a number 2 for print and ebook and number 5 for hardcover.
So
New
there
York
you go.
New York
It's
Times, or sorry, the New Yorker declared it one of the best nonfiction books of 2025. Except I'm pretty sure it is a good chunk of fiction thrown in. I mean, obviously
well,
there's some
yeah, well,
truth
it does,
because dude got arrested.
right. It does say that it was fictional. Well, did they arrest him?
According to this, yeah, he was arrested, and
Okay, let me
prosecutors are coming after him. According to the article link, yeah, you even put it in the show notes. Former Fort Bragg arrested for sharing classified information with journalists.
well, that's the chick that did. That
Oh,
didn't say
she
anything about
gave the info to him.
him. Right,
And
right.
what is her background in the military? She just
Yeah,
a secretary, an army medic, what? I want to know her
yeah.
background too.
Okay, let's look at Seth first. Go ahead, finish that piece up if there's anything else. And I just sent you somebody did a summary on it. And if you skim down, you're going to see some murders that took place
Oh, well,
that I
that's not
believe
unheard of. I think those were
yeah,
actually
but
did make the news.
that's a pretty significant number, though, isn't it?
Let me see. I've heard of quite a few Fort Bragg people who've been hit with murder charges.
He
Um,
was a he was a special ops veteran.
is she that first woman that made it in because she wanted to be super special, so they let her in?
I don't know.
109 fatalities, not actual murders. Fatalities
Okay.
doesn't mean murder. They could have died of a freaking infection. That doesn't reflect badly on much of anything. Self-inflicted fatalities are
Right.
common. I mean, come on. Seriously? Unexplained deaths? I doubt it. I highly doubt
Okay,
it. She might
so
not have been privy to what the cause of death was, but I have a feeling that there's not 109 unexplained. Military, they do piss poor on a
right.
lot of things, and but when it comes to death, there's almost always an explanation given. Always. Like, I
So
mean, rarely do they not.
yeah, so in addition to the 180 text messages, there were 10 hours of phone calls with Williams
Okay, see, the news
and
network we
Harp.
were just listening to said 6 hours.
Yeah, so it's in there somewhere. See, but it doesn't say anything about. Do you have anything in there that he wasn't arrested yet?
No, he's just the journalist.
Right, you are right, but I that would venture to say that he's going to get into some type of trouble.
It's gonna be more on
Because
her.
I isn't
She
sure.
should have known better.
Right, but also as a journalist, I don't know what responsibility they have when they find information that shouldn't
Okay,
be disseminated. and they use it for their own. He used it for his own gain.
Now, this book is marked as fictional or non-fictional?
Fiction.
Okay, it's fiction. All right, because what you
Based
read in the
on
summary of the book is what the book claims, so everything's exaggerated. 109 unexplained deaths is for the point of the book, not facts that were given to him.
right.
That was probably just that's what the summary of the book was. Um,
No, I'm reading what she's charged with. She's charged with 180 texts and 10
no,
hours of
no,
phone
I'm
calls.
talking when you said about the so many mysterious murders.
Oh,
That's not actual from that. That was from the synapse of the book.
Okay.
Yeah, that was from the synapse of the book. So not factual statement per se. And yes, we're at the military review. That's the website we are using. I will drop it in the link in the description below for you guys to read at your own leisure. And it is a summary of the book. That's why I was trying to figure out, is it fictional or non-fictional, or should I take the synapse with a grain of salt, or is it like, yeah.
Well,
Okay.
that's the question. You know what I mean? It's so easy to, again, what responsibility does he have? How culpable is he based on the conversations that he had with her?
Well, given he poses it in his book as a fictional situation, he may not get hit with anything. She's going to be the one getting in the most trouble for leaking conversations, phone calls, text messages, and other information.
Well,
I want to know. I'm looking over this. I'm trying to figure out if they gave up the source in the Wikipedia. Because Wikipedia is just bragging about the book. Um, Described it as a nonfiction that reads like a novel. Others are saying it's not fiction. Oh no, it's considered nonfiction. True crime. Oh, that's different. It's not a fictional novel, according to Wikipedia. So, what the hell?
exactly.
Okay, so 109 unexplained fatalities means that it was probably from the COVID vaccine. Sorry, maybe
No,
not.
we don't know
Sorry,
all the
YouTube.
stories,
That was
Sue.
a
We're just
Freudian slip.
speculating.
It's a Freudian slip. My bad. Won't happen again.
Well, yeah, it'll happen again, but there was no intent.
Sorry. I'm gonna get us in trouble. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Oh my god. Yeah, sorry folks. I'm gonna end up getting us in big trouble over that. We'll see how it goes. If we get hit with a medical disinformation, I'll have to apologize.
Well, we'll just chop this part of the video out. So perhaps going forward, we'll just say bleep, bleep, bleep.
Or like
Those
the people who leave
fatalities
it
were
in
likely.
the people who leave it in the subtitles but bleep out their words. Yeah, that makes total sense.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, no, we say bleep, bleep, and those people probably died of some
An
type of unexplained
experimental
death.
a medical
Yeah.
experimentation thing, kind of on the lines of MK Ultra, or like what they did,
Yeah.
for what was that, the syphilis thing or whatever it was,
Yes.
Tuskegee
On
experiment.
the
Yeah, that's not a
Tuskegee.
this isn't
Yeah.
new. And then when they tested that
Right.
anthrax vaccine on the people by exposing them to
Yes.
whatever that chemical was on the ship, because heaven
Yes.
forbid anyone around
Yep.
the area, go into the middle of the desert and it goes in by air. We're going to take them out to the middle of the ocean and test
Right.
it there. Great.
Yep.
My dad was in the Navy, and just
Yep.
thinking about that shit is like, what was my dad exposed to, and does that explain my health?
Exactly.
I mean, think
Exactly.
about how bad my aunts and uncles' healths are. And my grandfather was a World War II veteran. He was, all over Europe
Hmm.
during World War II. So, yeah, damn. Maybe half my health can be tied back to what my dad might have been exposed to. Oh, Lord.
Exactly.
Pray for me. I'm sorry, I did not mean to do a Freudian slip, but it wouldn't be the first time our government did something like that. So,
Right.
I'm just saying. So,
And it's not
yeah.
going to be the
Oh, and it was
last time.
no. And here's the funny thing, though, is it is 109 fatalities between 2020 and 2021.
Well, that's what
Wasn't
I
that when
said, and you said
COVID
no.
started? That was, well, now that I know
No,
it's
no,
not
now,
nonfiction.
now.
What if they had
Right.
COVID before we had the testing equipment, and that's what they actually died from?
Well, and I already proved that COVID was out and about because
For that,
why?
yeah,
Well,
I was one of the first
some
cases in
people,
America.
yeah, some people knew that COVID was available. Remember, I was Christmas shopping
Uh
and
huh.
never went out on that particular site's area, and
Yeah.
I was on Old Navy, right?
Uh
And I
huh.
happened to click on their extra, whatever the heck it's
The
called, like
accessories things.
the thank you. And they had a whole section with masks that were cloth that said Old Navy. And I was like, what the hell was that for? And a couple weeks later, boom. Now,
And
how did they know before the American people did?
well, even before that. Well, no, actually, because we did know that COVID was affecting other countries. But they
Yeah.
weren't really expressing concern in the
Uh,
U.S. But I
right,
was hit in
right,
2019, and I am explaining my personal experience. November of 2019, I was sick, like damn near in the hospital, couldn't breathe. If it weren't for all my years of being a respiratory therapy patient, I wouldn't have known what to do and probably would have died. Um, and we were told, oh no, it hasn't hit the U.S. yet. It hasn't. Bullshit. I was one of the first ones in 2019. I don't even know where the fuck I picked it up from. But I was going all over the frickin' cities, so there's that
mm-hmm,
too.
right,
And I was in and out of hospitals, and people
hospital,
travel, and you know how many
right,
foreigners are visiting family that time of year in America,
right,
and God knows where I picked it up from. But yeah, it was an unspecified, unknown upper respiratory viral infection. And then 6 months later, oh yeah, COVID's in America. Well, no fucking shit. I've had it twice. What's your point? By that
right.
time, I was like, I've had it twice. Y'all are late to this, like on a whole new level. But I couldn't say it because I got in trouble for saying it.
Well,
And that it was
everybody did that
disinformation.
brought it up.
Yeah,
Yep.
I
Everybody
wasn't the
that
only
said
one.
anything got in trouble. Yep.
Yeah, and again, I was just explaining that all the symptoms of this unknown viral upper respiratory infection thing I had match the shit y'all are telling us is COVID 19 coronavirus. Yeah, I got yelled at for pointing out I had it in 2019. And, whatever. At this point, it's one of those whatever moments.
If COVID was 2020, why is it called COVID 19?
Because it was actually the 19th version of that virus.
Oh.
It's the 19th generation. And little do people know, COVID has struck in America multiple times before.
I thought COVID 19 was called COVID 19
Because, no, that's not, no,
Because 2019.
no. It's the 19th generation of COVID virus that has been identified.
No one told me that. How long
But
until we can fix the car?
Well,
just
I think what's even more concerning is the statements being made of the next superbug is on its way, and this one is going to be significantly worse than
the
the
one that's
last.
already here that they
Yeah,
claim, that one, what was it called? Omicron or whatever the fuck it is.
what the monkey, not monkeypox.
No, 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 no. There was some new virus from the COVID family. Let me hold on. I sent it to somebody. I think it was Arby. I might have sent it to. One second. Um, this was the other day. I know it's available. Where did I put it? Oh, um, oh, this is a new COVID variant. Cicada. My bad. Cicada. It has
Cicada.
over
That's
70
right.
different spike proteins to it. 70 different types of spike protein on this virus. So, yeah, we're all going to die.
Oh. Where's
Uh,
a comment when you need it?
I don't know. What do you need, sweetheart? Do I have a towel? Ask one of the
No,
other.
she does not have a towel.
Ask one of the other people if they know where the towels are. Okay, all the laundry's still in bags. I'm so sorry. I don't know where any of my own towels are. Um, but when it comes to this whole book and what they're kind of complaining about, what they're saying, this, that,
Well,
the
it
other.
reminds me of they called The General with John Travolta, and the general's daughter was
Oh yeah, the movie,
raped.
General's Daughter.
Yeah,
Or was it the
raped.
Was it the
Yeah, she
General's
was
Daughter?
raped, and I
Yeah.
think and they had her tied up on the ground and all of that, and
Or are you
went
thinking
through.
of GI Jane? Because that, I think, might have been in there
No,
too.
GI Jane's another one. So is one with Tom Cruise and
A Few Good
Jack
Men.
Nicholson. Yes, those. Uh,
Cuba Gooding
there
Jr. was
are,
in that
I
one
think,
too.
yeah, I think they all lend some credibility to them.
And as
They,
for
from real
the narco
experience.
trafficking, that's kind of part of the job to find out where the drug smuggling is, find out where the rings are. They work undercover, get the intel, bring it back. And we've had entire
Right?
military, like an entire group of retired special forces start a
Military. Yep.
cartel down in Mexico because it paid more
Uh-huh.
money. An entire group defected and went to Mexico. And mind you, they were retired. They had already gotten out of the military. Private security and all that shit wasn't paying. So they went across the border and started a freaking cartel. Please tell me how this
So
is anything new.
and they were able to get their military pension and Social Security plus cartel
No,
money.
no. They defected. They gave up their citizenship and all that. They don't get any of that.
But I'm sure at the time they did.
Oh, they were probably if they were disabled, they would have. If you're working, you don't get to claim military benefits unless you're disabled or retired. Well, I mean, by retired, you got to remember most people in the military are retiring at 30.
Yeah.
So you don't get actual retirement. They just didn't re up. They headed out instead. They got an honorable discharge, called it a retirement from the military, and then booked across the border and started their own freaking cartel. So,
Well, I
yeah.
don't consider that retirement. I consider that you did your tour and,
Okay, same
or you
thing.
quit.
Yeah,
Right.
well, they,
Yeah.
it's an early retirement
Well,
type of
I'm
thing. I
thinking,
know, by,
in my head, I'm picturing you saying like seniors,
no, 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 no.
65 and older
Yeah,
and
no, these
across.
are 30s, in their 30s at most, because even being in the special forces, that takes a toll on you. Many don't do it for very long before they're too
Oh,
injured,
yeah.
too sore, too disabled, and they hightail it out. They could have washed out
Right.
too at some point. I mean, but our military, former military members, hightailed it across and went and started their own cartel. So yeah, our military probably does have ties, because I bet you there's people still in the military and higher up, the higher up ranks, that were around when these people were still in the military. I mean, come on.
Exactly.
And again, 109 unspecified deaths. Yeah, I mean, come on. Unexplained deaths in just between 2020 and 2021. Let's take a wild guess at what that could be. I mean, novel virus taking out half the population or three-fourths of the world, whatever they were saying at the time. Come on. Eh, Oh, I'm sorry. When you put critical thinking skills to this BS,
Why are you yelling?
it really, really is just insane. It really is.
Well, that's the thing. Nobody's questioning. It appears to be.
Well, no, it's true, but they're dramatizing it for a book. They are
Exactly.
literally dramatizing stupid facts that aren't anything really fucking new to our military in all kinds of branches. Don't get me started on some of the stuff the Marines have been known for. Just like, to me, this is stupid. Okay, you wanted to make some money. You stole some information. You put it public. I don't know why the government's embarrassed by this. It's been an ongoing problem since, well, the beginning of our military existence.
Right.
So, I mean, come on. Do you know West Point had an eggnog riot by the cadets,
Uh-huh.
who then later went on to be Civil War generals on both sides?
Right.
Like, come on. The president of the Confederate States, um, um, what's his name? I know his name. It's eluding me. Fuck. Well, the dude who became the future president of the Confederate States that ended up being over toppled, well, he was part of this. I mean, like, come on. Like, when has our military ever been squeaky clean?
It's
Come
not.
on. Like, to turn it into a book and turn it into our military. Anyone who's been around anyone in the military has heard some of this stupid shenanigans stories that border on illegal. Do you know there was a guy who got busted for running vapes in and out of the military bases?
Oh my God.
Yes, vapes were not allowed on military bases. Cigarettes are, but vapes are not. Either way, dude got busted, thrown in jail for 6 months, military jail, not regular jail, for bringing his fellow military members vapes, and then stupidly bragging about it on TikTok.
Of course. Why am I not
Are
surprised?
we gonna write a best-selling non-fictional story about the vape smuggler? No, come on. I'm not saying this shit's okay, but I'm saying, what the fuck did you expect? And yeah, that murder. Okay, shall we talk about the Air Force idiot who shot the other Air Force idiot guy? And he claimed it was the gun went off, but really, no, he later on, it came out that he just pulled the gun out and shot him. I can't remember the exact reasoning. I believe it was something absolutely stupid, but not so stupid I like burned it into my memory. I mean, they covered it up as a gun misfire because the gun happened to be having a lot of misfires and shooting itself off, which is so super rare in a gun. But the dude killed the other dude and then claimed it was, oh, I set my gun on the desk and it fired itself.
And it just accidentally went off. Okay.
Which is a probable story because that gun was a problem. They have fixed it, supposedly. I still won't buy it. But, I mean, come on. Murders happen, like, this is not okay, but it's not new. I mean, do you know how much domestic violence happens on military bases?
You just took the words out of my mouth.
We don't talk about that enough.
No, but I know somebody that was married 5 times. He happened to be an MP, and he married this woman that was his 5th wife.
Strip clubbers, the
Stationed,
strip workers.
stationed overseas. So, the guys are lonely, whatever. He ends
Yep.
up marrying her. She ends up cheating on him with
Yep.
the third husband. She goes back to the third husband. But they would get drunk on Friday and Saturday nights and beat the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
And he happened to be an MP.
I
And
have
so,
known people who were mom and dad, well, husband and wife. I don't think they had kids at the time. Were both in the military at the same time. Brutal domestic violence. That's something that should be talked about more. How about we fix some of those problems? How about we fix the generals who are beating the shit out of their wives for not putting on a fake enough smile or whatever bullshit it is that they misspoke in front of the others and made them look bad. I mean, like there I have heard some horror stories from my dad's time all the way back. My dad was stationed in Rhode Island for a while, and he was telling me some of the shenanigans him and his buddies used to get into because they chose to rent a house off base, but still close enough to where if they had to go, they could go in from there. But he had been stationed in Rhode Island for a while, and just he told me about the way some of the other guys were and how he would even step in and try to stop it. And it's like, again, he was drunk. He probably won't ever remember telling me all of this, but it was also 30 years after the fact, so well beyond the non disclosure agreements they all sign. But it's still like when you hear the stories of what it was like, and supposedly, it's gotten better in some cases, but the housing buildings and stuff, no one wants to live on base anymore. It's because they're all falling apart. They're all in shambles. For all we know, some of these people might have died from black mold exposure in these homes that they're staying in, or these barracks that they're put in. Like, I'm sorry. Yes, corruption bad, whatever. But at this point, what are they fighting for? I mean, yes, supposedly America, but let's give them something, you know, fix the bases, fix the system, get the corruption out, punish it while it's a doable thing. But most people don't hear about the court martials that go with all of these cases. The government, the military knows about it. These people have been probably punished at some point or another. And how many people are in jail for the murders? They're in military jail, not regular jail. So, of course, the news ain't going to make it off base. Like, am I the only one who's. Okay, you tell me to shut up so we can move on.
you're fine.
It pisses me off that they're making it sound like this is something new. No, it's been going on. It's wrong. This is not the way to get it fixed. This is not the way. So, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm ranting.
Well, they think it is.
Yeah. Sorry. I missed a
You
message
know,
from Seb's mom. Yes, the chatter did start in fall of 19. Yes. I'm sorry. I missed the comment. I apologize. I'm sorry. What were you saying? I didn't mean to cut you off.
uh, yeah, that's okay. That's the intent, is that they want something done. They think they're doing something good.
Mm-mm.
They
And
think they're being the hero to the country.
they're not. They're endangering others. But I do know that, and I have heard this firsthand before, complaints to the higher ups don't always get dealt with, and they don't always get sent to the higher ups next in line. So I get the frustration, I get all of this, but this is not the way to handle it at all, especially when you're leaking information that could hurt a lot of people, especially if they are currently or were formerly undercover working with the cartels to try and see the routes and get the layout, just kind of like undercover cops. You're putting people in danger.
Right?
You can't, just because you can't logic through why you're not allowed to talk about it doesn't mean someone with more of a brain already logic through it. There's a reason you're down at the bottom and somebody else is at the top, and it's not always politics. So, yeah, sorry.
Good.
All right. Anyways, do we want to move on, or do you got more to
Yeah,
add?
go ahead.
Okay.
Well, I think that so they'll both be in the description below the Wikipedia page, and then we had the somebody reviewed the book that'll
Hmm.
be listed there as well.
Yes, it's from the Military Review. Is where you will find that one, Army University Press, and all that. So,
Right.
all right.
Yeah, the one thing I did want to check was if there was a book price. So hold on real quick. I just wanted to see what that it was. Now that it's back in the news, I'm sure that it's going to be popping off again to be a bestseller.
HBO secured the rights to develop it into a television series.
Of course.
Oh,
Uh,
um, somebody, um, Courtney Williams, one of Harp's primary sources, was brought up on Espionage Act. Okay, yeah. I want to dig more into this crazy chick later in my own time. I'm not going to do it on your time.
hold on
When you
one
put
second.
in
I
Courtney
just wanted.
Williams, you get basketball player.
Let's see.
Wait,
So
she was
it's
a
running for $25 right now.
wait, she was a Fort Bragg employee. She wasn't even in the actual military.
No,
She
I
wasn't
have she was a
enlisted.
I have she was a veteran. So we got to get a confirmation. I have two things. One, she was a veteran, then when she was an employee. I can't. They're not. I'm getting conflicting info
According
from
to
several.
the Guardian, she was an employee, which is completely separate. You don't have to be in the military to work on a base.
They're still calling her an Army veteran. Let's see. 40 years old, alleged transmission of classified national defense info to individuals not authorized to receive them. Hmm.
Yeah, employee does not mean enlisted. She could have been a wife of someone who was enlisted working at the grocery store on base or at the school on base.
I still am getting that she was an Army vet.
I don't see that. I keep saying this one keeps saying she was a arm the just she was an employee at Fort Bragg.
But I have that too, and I also have she's a vet. NBC News is saying,
Okay, if she was
hold
asked
on.
to bend over so the higher ups could see through her transparent pants, quit wearing transparent pants, you dumbass. And I get it, it's wrong. We shouldn't victim shame, whatever. I would stop wearing pants like that if I'm working around men in general.
Here
I
we go.
wouldn't wear anything like that. What was her
Here we
rank
go.
in
Here we
all
hold
that?
up.
If you
Okay,
got it.
so Politico reported in August of last year. She was 24 years old when she learned of an intriguing job opportunity at an unnamed special mission at Fort Bragg. It was 2010, and she was coming off of a 4-year enlistment in the Army in which she had been an interrogator and Arabic linguist, but never deployed. She
Okay.
was recruited, so she was a veteran technically, but then she became an employee, it
After.
appears.
Okay.
Yeah. She was recruited at a job fair by K2 Solutions, a contractor in Southern Pines, North Carolina, run by
Uh-huh.
former members of Delta Force, the Army component of JSOC.
So she
The
heard
day of her
secondhand stories from them and passed them on and talked about the harassment that she got while working around men and
well, here's
choosing
what's in,
bad clothing choices.
well, the day of her interview, she noticed something unusual. All 5 women being considered for the job looked exactly like her. We were all young, petite, attractive, well dressed, and blonde. The applicants even had on similar outfits: black pantsuits with blue dress shirts and high heels. What are the odds? They
Coincidence?
asked each other. The job opening was in the mission support troop of the Intelligence Support Squadron, a covert commando unit that had been at the bleeding edge of every American war since 2001. It was to create and maintain fictitious cover identities for the Delta Force operators to use on
Ooh,
clandestine missions.
yeah,
And
her ass
because of,
is gonna be locked up for a long time.
yes, big time. And because of the
Wow.
widespread perception that most of the troops' employees were women hired principally for their good looks, everyone in the unit referred to them informally as the cover girls.
Okay, but I can explain why they used women to do that job and not men. Because women are not associated with spies and creating this stuff. So why would they would assume it was a man doing the job and would be more likely to they would think the women are and again, yes, it's sexist, whatever. They would assume the women were just secretaries and knew nothing else. That's why the women were perfect for it. And because they look alike, you don't know which one you're grabbing when you just grab one.
Well,
You might grab the wrong one, kidnap the wrong one, and you don't know. So I can actually see some logic to why they did what they did.
And then they went, and there's a story that, so the cover girls being in the unit, Trump then appoints Hegseth, right? As he's now Secretary of War. But during his confirmation, there were questions regarding the women in the military, remember? And he said women don't belong in special units like Delta Force, like
It's
special.
tough.
Okay.
I get why,
Well, we
but yeah.
had that discussion. We go back and look at our previous videos on that.
Mhm.
And then uh, so they weren't happy with Hegseth coming out on that position.
Oh, I found her LinkedIn page, but it wants
Oh,
me to
so there's
sign in.
another story. There was an. Uh,
Oh, she has a
okay,
Facebook page
so
that's
hold
still
on.
up.
Really?
As of 4 hours ago. Oh, that was a post she liked 4 hours ago. According to the. Nope, that's not her. They're talking about her.
why are
My
you
bad.
yelling?
You can always go to the other room.
No, because everyone else is in the other room.
Go to the kitchen and clean.
No.
Oh, sorry. Um,
Well, they're saying that there was vicious harassment of her during her 8 years at Delta Force.
leave. If it's that bad, leave.
Uh-huh.
If it was really such
Her,
bad harassment, I would have left.
her story is a cautionary tale for just how bad it can get for female service members and civilian employees in elite units, shrouded in secrecy and steeped in privilege and impunity. It is a rebuke to those who believe wrongly that the military panders to women and minorities.
Pander is usually referred to as giving them extra attention, giving them extra leeway. I think they misused that word there.
Well, they're saying that,
But she could have done that without
in,
giving away any classified information.
yeah, and
What,
as of
where,
today,
why,
things
how?
haven't improved much.
Have they improved much
Uh,
since G.I. Jane? Have they improved much
right?
since World War
No,
II?
What's a G.I. Jane?
I
they're
mean,
saying that, wow, the murder-suicide happens all too often with female service members being killed by their male partners and male vets killing their wives and girlfriends. Of course, the State Department refused to say anything about it.
well, no shit. They can't
Uh,
confirm or deny it. All they can do is arrest her
exactly.
and go from there.
He just said they had a zero tolerance policy.
Mm-hmm. Because if she was talking to this journalist, who else is she talking to?
Mm-hmm.
What if she talks to someone who looks like they're American, but oh yeah, they're really not because, spies. I mean, our own
Right.
congressman couldn't tell the frickin'
This is
difference.
why we should be racist towards Chinese people.
No, I'm not talking about Chinese people. In general, we don't know who we're talking to. Your neighbor who may look absolutely American could be a Russian spy. I'm not trying to cause fear or anything, but that was a big thing back in the 70s and 80s. I mean, am I like the Cold War may have ended supposedly on paper, but we were still high targets. And God knows the training these people are brought through to be spies in another country. We have American spies all over the frickin' world that blend in just fine where they're at.
Okay, so her official, finally, her official job title was Signature Reduction Specialist. For a base salary of $80,000 a year, she served as the custodian of a controlled repository of valid but fictitious passports, identity documents, and financial instruments, which were used to operators upon deployment and checked back in when they returned from overseas.
Yeah.
Wow, that's, who knows what she took photos of, what she wrote down. I mean, you talk about perhaps exposing some of these people, whether they're active or not active. That is
Mm-hmm.
pretty significant.
Like, there are
Uh,
things that people I know who've more recently gotten out of the military cannot tell me about because it was within the last 10 or 15 years, give or take. My ex sister in law, who got out in 2009, still can't talk about it.
right,
She can't talk about what quite a few things that she was with because she got deployed with special forces a couple of different times to
Why?
deal with stuff, but she can't talk about it. And half the people online who are claiming to be special forces really aren't special forces. They might have served in the
right. We know
military, they
that
might have
for a
washed
fact.
out. They're just
Right.
jokes. True people who are special forces are not going to brag about it as much as you think.
Yeah. So there's a section where the State Department, Social Security admin, the Postmaster General, credit card companies, and motor vehicle departments of most of our states have memorandums of understanding with the military to provide Delta Force with fully
Yep.
backstocked personas.
Yep.
So this enables operators to travel both regionally across the
And
country as well
internationally.
as internationally,
Yes.
disguised as civilians and blending in with the populace without leaving a digital trail traceable back to any actual person. So the
Yes.
things you, oh, and here's what she says: the things you see on TV and think They don't exist. They really do exist.
Yeah, MK Ultra, Operations Paperclip, Stargate. I mean, the CIA, the FBI, the military have been doing this shit for a very long time.
Right.
When things get declassified, we find out what our grandparents or great grandparents went through because it takes that long to sometimes declassify things if they ever get to be declassified. Like,
So she supported approximately 40 to 50 men
mm-hmm.
and a small number of female operators. He was in the G Squadron, and the G Squadron missions are truly overt. They're the blackest of the black ops. And they said official reps of the White House, Pentagon, and State Department will stand behind a lectern and falsely disavow with the utmost apparent sincerity.
No shit, they
High
have
level
to.
specialized, yeah, Red-ins with no ties to the U.S. government.
Okay, I changed my mind. I agree with you.
Wow.
Women should not be allowed anywhere near the military. They obviously ain't got the brains to keep their fucking mouths shut. It's not about physical strength or endurance. It's they ain't got the brains to keep their mouths shut. Sorry.
Oh,
I'm not trying to insult all
also,
women, but, like, for fuck's sake.
he also had to maintain the existence of front companies
Yes.
as a commercial cover. Her duties included paying rent and utility bills on half of the business entities used
Mm-hmm.
as cutouts.
Yeah.
She recalled taking a chartered flight to a small town in Maine simply to check the mail at an empty office.
Oh my God, how clandestine. Her life was so in danger. And hi, JJ.
Hi,
Um,
JJ.
I cannot believe.
Wait, here we go. Wait, get this.
Oh my God.
Another time, a pipe burst into the untenanted. Untenanted? That doesn't sound right. Suite
There's
of
no
a,
tenants in the
yeah, I
building.
know what it is, but the word doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
Suite of a front company in Washington, causing the landlord to become suspicious because the place flooded and no one was around to open the door. However, Williams and a coworker jumped into one of the unit's brand new sport utility trucks and drove at top speed all the way to DC
Oh my
to
God.
deal with the situation. Sorry, they told the incredulous landlord. Everybody's away.
Oh my God, they make it sound like it's such a CIA espionage. Their life is in danger
Oh
at
my
any
gosh.
second. Oh my God, you
For
were a
eight,
paper
for eight,
pusher, bitch. Shut up. You're a glorified secretary at that point. Oh
eight
my
years of
God.
her life was on a roller coaster. She was expected to wear a pager at all times and be at the building within an hour of it going
Welcome to
off.
being a nurse, a doctor, a surgeon, a
An
paramedic.
HVAC, an HVAC on call.
Yeah,
Wait,
or a
she
mom.
juggled.
Just be a
Wait.
mom.
She juggled multiple cell phones, and when one would ring, she'd have to remind herself which company it was when it went off.
Oh
Like,
my
put a
God.
label on the phone.
My personal work phone, my personal phone, my work phone. My work phone clearly labeled. And the label is in a clear underneath a clear case so I could see, oh, this is my work phone. Hello versus
Oh
what do you
no.
want?
Got shot in the face a couple times with a paintball gun.
So
The
well, actually
operators,
I can't say that.
yeah,
I
well, and that was because the operators were forever playing pranks on the cover girls, hacking their
hold on. I'm
desks
going to
with
promise
plastic.
you, if she
Wait,
got hit in the face with a paintball gun, she was probably going to need some reconstructive surgery. She had
well,
a
the operators were forever playing pranks on the cover girls, packing their desks with plastic explosives, for example, or coming down from the team bays with savage war dogs. training against their leashes to frighten the women who were afraid of dogs.
Oh my God, JJ, women, or to keep their legs, or to keep, I don't know what was actually meant, but, or to keep their legs closed. There was an uptick in Navy pregnancies, especially in the Pacific Fleet Command 32nd over in San Diego in the 1990s. I do remember hearing about that from a cousin who was in the Navy. He's still over on the west side of the United States, up in Washington State. I do remember hearing about that. When you're on a ship and you're
Hey,
bored, birth control.
fat, fat people on the support staff were relentlessly mocked. A soldier of Asian descent was called a chink to his face. The boozing in the team bays inevitably degenerated into roughhousing. That's it, we're not fucking drinking anymore, Sergeant Major would bellow in frustration.
Okay,
You guys are out of control.
hold up. The Asian guy got called a racial slur.
Yeah.
I guarantee he threw just as many back at everybody else and he wasn't really offended.
Mhm.
But, okay. What else were they dramatically talking about?
Drinking,
Oh,
boozing in the team bays
no
turned into
shit.
roughhousing.
No shit.
You
No
guys
shit.
are out of control, but the dry spells never last. It was like they were trying to herd cattle, she said, or take care of a bunch of children.
Welcome to
Oh, and
men in the
the, op-
military.
the operators who came to her office for paperwork purposes routinely propositioned her for sex. The comments were just ridiculous. Don't you think your job would be better, one man said boldly, looking in her eyes, if you were under the desk sucking my. Others
Okay.
massaged her shoulders, took big whiffs of her hair,
So
made
Biden.
comments about the size of her breasts,
So
and
Biden.
drunkenly proposed marriage.
Oh, like the guys on
The
Discord when I talk
besotted,
to them in DMs.
the besotted sergeant major, often seen walking around with a beer in one hand and a tomahawk in the other, once punctuated his declarations of affection by hurling his axe into a wall.
So he was a Viking.
One time she claimed somebody tried to grape her at his apartment after a date. Knowing that all of this, why would you go out with one of them?
Yeah, exactly. If it's so bad, why would you go on a date with one? Come
Wait,
on.
here's the other. The other was an operator's wife who had learned that her husband had married another woman while working under an alias identity in Jordan.
Oh, so a fake woman in Jordan that
Yeah.
was playing his wife so he wouldn't get killed. Like, oh my God. Oh my God. Do they
Somebody
not?
else, a PSYOP soldier who was deployed to Afghanistan, said, I know that this is specifically about Delta Force, but it's like this across the whole of US SOC.
Yeah.
But Williams, now remember, she was around 24 or 25. She was more mature and resented the madhouse atmosphere.
Then quit. Don't go running to a journalist with a bunch of shit you're exaggerating to get it sold to a journalist. I wonder how much of this actually happened. I mean, the drunken disorderly behavior I can absolutely see. Can absolutely see the harassment. I can absolutely see the racial calls. But the other stuff, I mean, shit. I was under a desk at work with a screwdriver assembling desks for my boss to save a couple bucks. Am I going to go running to a journalist and complain about it when I willingly took it on as part of the job? Like, you know the job description when you go in. They tell you pretty much
And
in detail.
here's
JJ.
here She was with the commander of intelligence, and she asked about the possibility of deploying to a unit overseas, which would have been a boon to her professionally. However, the boss's reaction caught her completely off guard. He started laughing hysterically, hitting the table with his hands. "You're not hired to be deployed with the operators," he told her once he regained his composure. "You were hired for your assets," he said, making a hefty gesture at chest level. "And if they want you to deploy with them, it's because they all want to fucking run a train on you."
He might
He
be
stood up,
flat out
walked out
telling
of
the
the
truth.
cafeteria. That's well, at least he did.
It's
And so she
honest.
stood up and went to the hallway and started to cry. She already knew that was the truth, and he confirmed everything she feared, and he said it to her face.
If you can't handle working around men, don't. Sorry. Like men
And
can only put
and
on so good of a
here's
show
the
around women for so long, and then their true
here's the
nature.
pants situation. Yeah, here's the same colonel called her into the office for a supposed dress code violation. Concerned that her white pants were transparent, he and the squadron sergeant major had directed her to turn around and bend over to assess whether her underwear could be seen through the fabric. She
This has happened
complied,
to
but
me in school.
I know. It's happened on the job. It won't never happen to me, but I've had to talk to people.
But you've had the common sense
Williams,
not to wear see-through clothing.
right, right. Uh, so they made her walk around the office, and then they laughed because you could see through them.
Make her change. Hand her a pair of
Yep.
hand her a pair
Other
of
pants.
pants.
Yep.
And she gets to go around with a blouse top and fatigue bottoms.
Yeah, this article, she has quite a number of I'll send it. It'll be in the description.
Oh my god, she
But
sounds like a drama queen who just wants attention.
yes,
And
yes,
then when she
big
got the
time.
wrong kind of attention, she had to complain about it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, I'm sorry. And I've
Oh
said it
my
before, the
gosh.
military is not for all women. Most women do not need to be in the military.
Okay, so she started speaking up, and one day she rushed home. Now this is interesting because this is the first time this is being introduced, to take care of her sick daughter.
Wait, you're a mother, but you
In
can't
20
handle multiple phones, pagers, and being on call to do random running? Well, that's motherhood in a nutshell.
In 2016, the unit yanked her security clearance on the grounds that her dispute with leadership made her a security risk. From that
Yeah.
point on, she says, life became a living hell.
Yeah,
Now
they
get
can't
this.
trust you.
Still employed but unable to view classified material, she had to wear a big red badge on her arm and be escorted everywhere in the building, even to the bathroom.
Wait,
They
so she
moved
was
her desk.
identified as a security risk, and they didn't just fire her then.
Right. They moved her desk in. Well, they might want to find out what she knew or did. You know what I mean? They might have wanted
That's
to keep
probably
an eye on her.
classified. I would put
Yeah,
that as it's classified. We're never going to find out.
exactly. They moved her desk into a cramped storage closet and assigned her the task of proofreading a spreadsheet that contained some 8 million entries. Such drudgery would have.
Sorry.
Wait.
That's a great punishment.
Such,
That's a great
yeah.
punishment. I need to do that to my kids.
Uh-huh. Such drudgery would have driven another person insane, but William's irrational tenacity powered her through the tedious labor for more than a year.
Bitch, have you tried
I'm
finding
one of,
diagnosis codes in an ICD-10 and a HCPCS?
Mhm. I'm one of those people, she said. I'm so fucking stubborn, I wasn't going to let this happen to me. So
But
she
then
could
she
get
wants to
through
cry
in
about
one.
all of it.
Wait, what were these entries? In 1 year, you could get through 8 million?
I couldn't do that while proofreading anything. No. She's skipping
I
chunk.
find that
She was skipping segments.
there's something wrong with that picture, because we look at the document dumps that have happened that have taken years to get.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what were those records we were looking at from
The
the
JFK
archive
files.
library? Well, those, but there was something before that we were looking for. Was that the Clinton Foundation stuff? Remember, there or something like that from the librarian from Congress,
Library of Congress.
and they were
Oh,
like,
there's like
no,
so many
yeah,
fuck tons of things in the Library of Congress. Good luck. I mean, even like
there was just
most of the CIA files in general are impossible to sort through.
she was trapped, exhausted, and lost years of her life.
Yeah. Welcome to
And
marriage.
then she
Sorry.
then she inevitably drifted into paranoia.
Oh, so she had mental illness on top of it.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yeah, I would get rid of her. She should have been a security alert threat watch thing for a long time.
Oh, she said that she agreed to sit into settlement talks. The unit's lawyers initially offered her between $5,000 and $10,000.
For what?
But
Her fake harassment or
I
her
guess,
delusional
but
in sorry.
in 2018, she agreed to a sum sufficient enough to buy a small house in North Carolina. She took the
That's not
money.
much. I could buy a
Wait,
plantation
she
house for 5,000. Or I mean
she took
500,000.
she took the money and was medically retired so that she and the kids did not lose their health insurance. So she was married before then, or with somebody.
No, you can be medically retired from the military work and stuff. You don't have to be married per se. Um if she sued the government and they just wanted to get her out of there because she's already a security threat and other problems, and then add mental illness and everything else to it, they very well may have just wanted to get her the fuck out of there, so they gave her a settlement to shut her the hell up and get her to go.
So this is a Politico article from 2020 last year. I suggest it's a quick read. Again, I'm very curious about the book. I mean, this is taking it completely sideways off
It's
what we
not
had
what it
planned for
originally
today.
came out to be, but Chica is
Yeah,
nuts. And just lock her ass
yeah,
up.
it's not, definitely, most definitely.
To
Now,
knowingly
and then that
release that
doesn't,
info, she absolutely deserves to
yeah,
go to prison.
I mean, it sounds like she had a grudge
Yeah, it's more of a grudge
of
than it
some
is anything
reason.
else.
Yes,
Yep.
yes,
Or,
definitely.
going out on military, going out on medical and everything didn't pay enough,
Right,
so she had to go out with, a bang. And,
right,
like, not the bang that the guys were hoping for, but a bang.
right.
So,
Well, we don't know that. Maybe that's
I'm,
how she got them couple kids.
who knows? We don't know when she had her kids and what points. And again, it's just it's so ridiculously stupid, in my personal opinion. If you get offended by what men say and do at work, don't work there. Why force yourself into an environment? Let them have men as the secretaries. See how they hit on them then.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it won't happen.
Well,
And again, I'm not
no.
promoting men to be disrespectful assholes, but when they get drinking and they're single or stupid or whatever, you're gonna have these kinds of problems. Don't go begging
Well,
for compliments and then get mad when you get them.
well, not only that, but then, they're just going to turn to as they said, the fat people, the fat men that got harassed, and the Asian person that was called chink to his face.
Oh,
I
so
mean, if
high school.
I know, I know.
And the Asian guy probably threw out just as many racial slurs, but she didn't want to add that to the story.
Of course.
I'm
And
sorry.
again, this is where you need your critical thinking skills to be able to counter these points. And this is what we talked about yesterday, where you need to have the wherewithal to stop and question what is the flip side to this story? Because this is not the truth. Somewhere there lies the truth. She might have a point or two, but I'm telling you, her whole story's exaggerated.
And
And
it's written
and
in a way that's so
oftentimes,
drastic. It's bullshit. Oh
correct,
my
it's
God. I
dramatic.
had to fly over there at top speeds because of pipe burst.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Okay. And that's all I gotta say. I mean, like, you're not running from a bunch of people shooting at you, dodging IEDs and roadside
Right.
bombs and shit like that. No. You
Oh, don't
drove
forget
an
they
SUV to a building.
did prank her and, put plastic explosives in their desks. So, boom
Well,
chakalaka.
very small, if that. And again, C4 is fun to play with. There's a civilian version called Tannerite. Sorry, I'm not really helpful there. I'm promoting the guys having fun. And I will say, if she got hit in the face with a paintball, she would have been at the ER with fractured facial bones.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna call bullshit on that. I'm calling bullshit. I've seen what paintball guns do to the ribs, the thighs, the abdomen. Your face swells and bruises. A facial bone. I mean, if you those fuckers hurt. I'm telling you, if you get hit in the face with that, there was a girl who almost went blind because of a paintball hitting her in the face over in L.A.
It's
You saw?
significant.
That's what
It's
I'm talking
significant.
about. I forgot that was in the
Right.
news. So this chick wants to say, I got hit in the face with a paintball. Where was your plastic surgeon? And which eye did you lose?
Yes. Right.
Because that's
Yep.
what's going to fucking happen. Wait, I'm sorry. I can't get over the
Craziness.
insanity, the pure insanity of her. Yeah. And the fact that she went against an NDA and released. No, here's the worst thing. She
Mm-hmm.
has been saving this stuff for years to give to a journalist. This was
Yes.
not something she saved all before quickly leaving like Edward Snowden did. He even worked on compiling this stuff and slowly moved it out over and over for years. And luckily didn't get busted. Thank God. And knocking on wood for his sake. Keep that man alive. But despite the fact he absolutely did something horribly illegal, we wouldn't know the shit we know if he hadn't. So yes, my double standard comes in. This chick had been, how long has she been saving this stuff? How long has she been slowly manipulating and editing the stories to make it fit whatever she felt?
Correct. Right.
I don't believe.
And
I can't trust her.
the fact that she's in an area that does that, right, and is able to produce false documents, false documentation.
Yeah,
What's true and what isn't true? That's my other
exactly.
question.
Oh yeah, because she
How do you go
specialized in
about?
fake IDs and
Uh-huh.
his backstories.
Uh-huh.
So she could have
Mm-hmm.
easily backed up all kinds of
Manipulated.
stuff and
Yep.
manipulated. And this is where,
Yep.
again, obviously there was some degree of truth in this because they're coming down on her like hellfire. Like God is pissed. Sodom and Gomorrah is coming at her. Like God's coming at her like Sodom and Gomorrah type. So
But
yeah,
but
she
what's
fucked up.
interesting though, if they settled with her and they gave her enough money to buy the house,
But she
and now
still
they're
chose to
turning
flip.
around and why?
She still chose to flip even after a settlement. That means she can't
Is
talk
it
about
because
it.
is it because he thought she wouldn't be caught? Is that why?
No, she just probably thought, oh, they'll not do anything about it because woman above everything. I'm special. They'll run from these accusations. Or she's just stupid. Like I said,
Well, or
I,
all of the above. Is the
how do
answer
you not
A, B,
logic that far
C, or
ahead?
is it A, B, and C, or all of the above?
All of the above and a few extras. A few extra chromosomes? What? I don't know. Lacking some chromosomes? I don't know. She obviously ain't the brightest tool in the shed. Or she is really thinking
And
she would get away with this shit.
well, and I also, let's now flip over to Seth, the author of the book, and I take umbrage now to the title investigative journalist because, you know, I think investigative should be taken away and he should be just called Seth Harp journalist
I mean, we're talking about a
or
mentally unstable
fictionist,
woman who
right?
sued the military, got a settlement, and was collecting intel or fabricating intel for years at this
Mm-hmm.
point. 600, what was it? No, they said 6 hours or 10 hours of phone
10 hours.
conversations. Well,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the one news
180,
video
180 text. Yep.
from how far back? And why didn't they clear
It's a,
her phone before they sent her off base? There's
right.
another lapse in security.
And how many phones did she have?
How many times did she copy the SIM card and information to a computer?
Mm-hmm.
Again, this is where there is a massive, like when we left work, the work phone stayed in the office unless there was an emergency situation or very select circumstances. Like I was allowed to bring it home because I had to use the phone's Wi-Fi to connect to sometimes the works computers using one of their laptops because I would have patients call and ask for they would call the work phone and they would ask for a script refill or something or if I was kind of like the on-call service for them if they didn't call the
Mm-hmm.
the office phone, they would call this one cell phone, and it would sometimes be sent with me. This is not unheard of as long as it's a secure link to the office internet through their server, their service provider, and nobody else is getting on the computer. I keep it locked and all that, doing it by the books, HIPAA standards, kick everyone out of the room while taking the information down. Don't use the patient's names um, in a way that could, give away their info in the house. You got to be really cautious how you do this, but you absolutely can do it from home. It's just like, again, I returned all my equipment. I kept nothing of their paperwork. When I left, I took off the sticky note from my little clipboard that had the doctor's NPI numbers and their DEA numbers. I had to give that
Mm-hmm.
papers to the office manager to get shredded. I
That's
had
stupid.
no. The NPI and DEA could mean I could just grab any script, fake it under their name, and then write myself narcotics or other people
Yeah, but
narcotics.
my point is, you had those numbers. If you wanted them, all you had to do was write them down when you were at home.
But this was one more level of security that you have to take to try and head it off.
But
I didn't
it
take
is a
my
false
clipboard home.
level.
No, but I didn't take
Yeah,
my
it's a false
clipboard home.
level,
Well, yeah.
right?
And again, it's just you got to do what you can do within your means, right? Now, there were girls who were taking pictures of this information and storing it on a cell phone. And some of them
Mm-hmm.
before we had work cell phones. This information was copied as a picture on their personal cell phones. And the doctors trusted that. No. What? But, so again, I get, I can see massive security lapses on Fort Bragg's part. I could
Right.
see absolute exaggeration on her part. And like I pointed out, some of the shit she's been complaining about has been going on in the military since the beginning of our military. It doesn't mean it's okay, but how do you change something that's like 250 years of set in?
Gold. Right. Right.
And we kind of need men to be men in order to protect us from other countries. That means testosterone has to run freely, emotions go to the back burner. Don't
Well,
like it? Don't marry anyone in the military. Don't get into the military. Don't even work
right.
as a contractor on the side to come in and run a grocery store on the base. Except I think you have to live on the base in order to work on the base in some of these things. I don't know. I can't remember the exact and if it's changed or not. Biden really loved to fuck that system up. So
Oh, big time.
last
Well,
I
that's why
knew, you had
that's
to be
yeah,
living
that's
on the base as a spouse or somehow in there to work in the stores and in the schools, if I remember
right.
correctly. But outside contractors for like construction, secretaries sometimes, really, I guess it depended on the circumstances. And like she said,
Right.
she served for 4 years. She knew what the
Eight.
fuck. Oh,
Eight.
8 years.
8
She did
years total.
two
8 years.
tours. Two tours.
Yep.
She's not stupid as to how the guys behave. She ain't stupid. If she went through basic training and stationed, oh no, you said she only stayed stateside. Yeah, even
Right.
still, she had to go through basic training with them. She knows how they behave. She's being an idiot if she wants to play
Well,
anything otherwise.
right.
Sorry.
Well, rather than get into do they belong in the military or not, please go back and look at. We have several videos where Crazy B and I go back and forth on whether women belong in the military.
Well,
So
I'm beginning to change my mind about this after the fact. Serving on the side as a civilian thing.
you don't
These
like
women
it,
are
huh?
fucking stupid and don't let them near the
Uh,
military at that point. If they
there
can't
you
have the
go.
brains to keep their mouth shut, they don't belong in the military or near the military. I'm
Hmm?
sorry.
I mean, we got enough problem with the men that are in there, let alone adding another mix to it.
Oh my God. And I do support, if women can physically keep up, put them in as medics, put them out there as, some kind of support for out there. But again, this woman knew to keep her mouth shut. She knew.
Mm-hmm.
8 years service and then how many years in the frickin' working for them? She is so full of fucking shit. She is. They
Right.
call them dumb
And
blondes for a reason. Sorry.
she was in he was in one of the more important areas of establishing a persona, for a guy to be safe
Dumb
over
blonde.
in another country. You know what I mean?
Dumb blonde is here for a reason. Broad, the term, is here for a reason. I'm not trying to slander women or be a misogynist or whatever, but I understand now where men came up with these terms and why they used them.
Mm-hmm.
This woman is the fitting epitome of those terms. So,
Yes, ma'am.
sorry. We
All
got
right.
15 minutes left. We have enough time to cover at least a couple more things. The article, at
Okay,
least.
go
I don't know
ahead.
about the videos, but we'll
Oh,
see.
okay.
Oh, I apologize for that. And well, actually, we both had a lot to add to that stupidity. So, all right.
Go ahead. Why don't you read that one?
A judge refuses to block sending abortion pills by the mail. We have women dying in the offices when they are given the abortion pills. Now you want to let them die in their home where there's no one to monitor them?
Well, if this is indeed the case, and this is being sent to states that have banned abortion, why the hell do we even have the abortion law then? If you're going to be permitted to mail an abortion pill out.
I'm worried about the medical risks of the people more than anything.
Yeah.
And I get it. They're going to be like, well, people who can't get an abortion are going to go to the. You know what they used to do back in the day? They used to drink what was it? Nightshade. Okay, that was
Hmm.
just as stupid back then because,
Well,
whatever. But I'm just saying.
you know, you know my thing about this. I've been on the bandwagon. There is no reason, unless they're, maybe a 1%, I'll give you 2%. But other than that, there is no reason in this day and age for any woman to become pregnant with an unwanted child.
Okay,
And
this
there,
isn't even
that's.
Plan B. This isn't even a Plan B pill. I wanted to make sure it wasn't the Plan B pill.
Hmm.
This is what they
It's
use
not.
to
It's not
induce the
right.
contractions and all that. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I didn't really do a lot of babies. I did end of life care for patients, working with geriatrics. So this was not my specialty. Um, yeah. So, yeah, this is the one that they've been having a lot of problems with where women start bleeding out and doubling over and passing out and not waking up because, they had a bad reaction to it or there was something
Oh,
else wrong.
get out.
Oh my God. And again, yeah, like you pointed out, this day and age, I think I pointed it out before. You can buy a box of like 1,000 condoms for $30.
Hmm.
Don't tell me you ain't got an option.
Yep. There's all kinds of things. The
Now,
pill, injections,
and
IUDs,
and
the
now I do
uh
know someone who did get pregnant while on birth control. She had to go off of birth
yeah, it
control to
happens.
not get pregnant. Those are rare exceptions.
Yeah.
But in the
I
event
I
that,
acknowledge that.
and I'm the one who also acknowledges that in certain cases of incest, rape,
I
very,
agree with
very
that as
underage
well.
child abortion should be allowed. But
I agree with all of
this
that.
should not be, oh, I was stupid, went out partying, and now I'm pregnant. Oh, what do I do?
Right.
I have my limits.
Or you've slept with three men and you don't know who the dad is.
Former classmate who slept with 20 guys in 1 week and didn't know which one was the dad, and out of all 20 tested, there still wasn't a father by DNA. Make that make
Wow.
sense?
Huh.
But I do not believe this should be mailed. This is a very powerful drug that absolutely can have serious side effects and puts women in danger more than the coat hanger method. More women
Hmm.
at home just taking this, not knowing about drug interactions and stuff like that. You cannot take aspirin for so long before and after of taking this because you could bleed out. Don't be near blood thinners. I mean, it's again, because your body's still going to have contractions, pushing out a baby that's not ready to be pushed out. And what do you do with the
Hmm.
what do you do with the fetus at the home? Flush it down the toilet? Throw it in a bag, and
And
then
the
you got some
afterbirth.
really
What do
scared
you do with
trash
the
man?
afterbirth? Yeah,
Yeah.
does it come with a aftercare bag?
Do they
Kit?
even know what to do? In the
Uh-huh.
like half these girls don't know you don't pee out of your vagina. They don't know there's a difference between a urethra and a vagina.
I
And
know.
sorry, don't let kids watch this, but there are girls who actually think they had to remove the tampon to go pee.
Uh-huh.
And these people are in their now 20s and stuff, and some have learned otherwise, but I saw the oldest was like in their 40s, and they still believed it was all one opening. How do. Hmm. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and we're expecting these people who might have the reading comprehension of a third to fifth grader to do this at
Right?
home. And I'm not trying to be mean,
Correct.
but the general population, when we were writing up Medicaid, like medication, or sorry, like office pamphlets for the doctor's office, you're supposed to write it in a
Mm-hmm.
level that a third grader will understand. It's not to be insulting, it's
Correct.
just to make sure everyone understands what they're reading. And so we are expecting people who really aren't capable of understanding what's on the box or any of those pamphlets inside the
Yeah,
boxes.
well, that's factual. That's factual as far as where it's going to
General
be low
population.
income.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, low income, typically Black or Hispanic, and
Mm-hmm.
that's fact.
Or your little
To me,
redneck
that
meth
is
heads down the road in the trailer
huh.
park
So
that
to
were a
me,
farmer's
that's
daughter.
almost. I feel like it's intentional because we've still had the discussions of eliminating the American population, albeit particularly the white population. But
Mm,
when you read stories of immigrants that have come in and the displacement of the African American community,
No, Planned
the
Parenthood was
displacement,
started. The woman who started
uh-huh,
Planned Parenthood made it very clear she was racist and did not want these people to reproduce.
hmm,
And yet that's the first place they go in a circumstance. They put them everywhere inner city. I tell you what, there ain't a Planned Parenthood in my small ass town. Hell, you can't have a baby in
mm-mm.
my town either. You got to go 30 miles up the road. But the fact still remains there is factual history recorded on evidence in video of her saying these things. I've looked it up.
But they
I
won't
did a
show
deep
it.
dive into it. I did this a few years ago. I can find the videos. And we can pull them up for next week if you want. I can pull the videos.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I'm
Yeah, we can
telling
do
you,
that.
Planned Parenthood was a organization started by a racist woman who did not want black people to reproduce. And now they're
Correct.
sending you guys a
Baby daddy.
medication that induces contractions for a very long time. It's not just very quick. It doesn't just start, it takes a minute to kick in, and then it goes on and on. Even after the fetus has been expelled from your body, these contractions continue. It doesn't just stop. And if you've given birth, you know the contractions don't stop right away either. They go,
Correct.
and they go, and they go.
Well, to sum this article up, basically, the judge has given them 6 months to have the drug reviewed. There's still some things going on with it, but he basically is in agreement that this drug should be permitted to be mailed out to all the states.
I think you should have to have a doctor's prescription. You have to get a physical exam before you get this, and you better have a damn good reason as to why this abortion's necessary. Not just
And
I
I
was
don't know,
stupid.
yeah, I don't know anything about this drug, Crazy Bee, so I don't know how long,
I can dig that
to
up
turn.
before Monday so we can talk more about the
Okay,
details. But if I remember correctly, and what I was reading just before when I was double checking it, it can last for yeah, it's a progesterone blocker which
right. But
induces.
I mean, to how many weeks can the infant be? Can the baby be for termination? Is my
Um,
question.
here's the
Is it
problem.
6?
Wait, this is only part of the process. This is a oral progesterone blocker used with another
Another
medicine
drug, right?
for a medical abortion. This alone isn't going to do the trick, but it could still
But
cause problems.
and like you said, do you have to go to the doctor and be confirmed that you do this? What if you get this med and you want to? I could see it going on the black market somehow. Uh, Again, I
Okay,
don't
hold
know
on.
how
I'm
far
wrong. I
along
was
in the.
actually wrong. Hold up. I was wrong about this one. I just pulled it up right now. Okay, so this is not a drug that is inducing contractions. I take this back, but it's still concerning. It blocks the hormones used to maintain a pregnancy. It does cause cramping, bleeding, and feeling weak or tired, nausea, and diarrhea. Call your provider right away if you have a prolonged fever, severe pain, or very heavy bleeding. And it
But is
has to
this
be
going to
used
be on
within
the?
the it can only be used in the first 10 weeks of pregnancy. After that,
Okay.
you got to go through a different one.
Can this be done like on a telehealth visit? Yeah, this because it was being done via telehealth.
It should
So I
not
could
be.
be in. Well, it is. If you read the article, if I recall correctly, you could be in one state, do a telehealth, and that's how they're going to mail it to you in another
Hmm.
state.
And
So
high
what do I
vanilla
do?
pie and
Do
high
I
blue
show
rose. Sorry.
a blue, a vanilla?
No, I don't
Uh,
think this should be a telehealth circumstance. Ever.
how do you? Yeah, but it is. So, but what do you do? Hold up a pregnancy stick that shows positive, and you get on a telehealth and tell the doctor I'm pregnant,
Severe allergic reaction. Breathing problems,
right?
wheezing, racing heart, fever, or general ill feeling, swollen lymph nodes, swelling, face, lips, mouth, tongue, or throat, anaphylactic reaction, trouble swallowing, itching skin, stomach cramps, joint pain, a fever of 100.4 Fahrenheit or higher that lasts longer than 4 hours. Oh, that's because the fetus didn't pass and you're stuck with
It's
something inside.
exactly. And you're going to have surgery.
Oh, it's common to have severe bleeding and or spotting for a few weeks after taking this medication, with heavy bleeding the first few days. People are going to end up dead. This should be medically monitored by a doctor. Oh, and oh, by the way,
I
it
know.
doesn't work on ectopic pregnancy, which you don't know you have until you get an ultrasound.
Have.
Oh my God. IUDs. People who have
But
an IUD
okay,
should
so
not take
along
this
with all,
medication.
but, but along with all of that, asks the question of the states that have banned abortion. Why is it that this mail order drug is going to be permitted to get into their state when they've said no abortion?
I don't know. But it states right here people with a bleeding disorder should not take this. If they don't know that, they're trying to mail this to get around the abortion laws. But the problem is they're going to kill a lot of people in
Correct.
the process.
Well,
And people with porphyria should not
again,
take this, or porphyrias should not take this. It's a bleeding condition, if I remember correctly.
right.
People with
Again,
inherited nerve and skin problems. I apologize, I got that wrong. Just took a second to read a
yeah.
little longer. Yeah, it's a nerve and skin condition. Oh yeah, because you won't necessarily know you're having a reaction. Our government is so stupid. They want to control these fields they know nothing about.
Well, you know what? This is an interesting twist, though, to things because wonder if Trump could somehow. Well, they're calling for Trump to do something about this. Wonder if he could get around it the same way he's trying to handle things with
Hold on.
mail-in ballot.
I love this absolute warning right here. Keep out of reach of children.
Oh, that's on everything.
They're using it to get rid of a child. But
That. Oh, okay. I guess in
but
this
look at
case,
this. I mean, like, side effects and more, because there might be more that aren't registered on here. Severe reaction, signs of infection, aka sepsis. Uh-huh.
JJ.
Oh, do not take if you're allergic to the ingredients of all of these medications. And those are
I
all
do not.
birth. I believe most of these are used in forms of birth, abortion care, if I remember correctly. People need to be more responsible. Amen.
Yep.
Sorry, another rant.
Phone ringing.
Oh, my phone's ringing. Where's my phone? Oh, under my ass. Oh, sorry. I didn't feel my phone under my ass. But I'm sorry to go going on a second rant about this, but our government should not be having a say in any of this.
Well, it is because of the whole issue of Roe v. Wade now, with the Supreme Court coming down saying that states are going to handle it. And of course, and we just had the discussion too about how uh, easily people can take a law or something that is, is meant to be, and find all of these loopholes in it and get away with things. And here's another
Mhm.
prime case. You have, I think it's 12 states that have banned abortion now, but yet they have found a workaround. Go on telehealth and you get the pills that you need, and voila, the kid's gone. I mean, what the hell?
Oh no, this is
The
another
worst.
gem in here. Hold on, I just highlighted this. This medication does not prevent future pregnancies. To prevent becoming pregnant again, talk to a healthcare provider about when to start or continue using birth control. They can also discuss effective birth control options with you. Not that anyone listens to that shit, obviously. It's
Right.
just much better to have an abortion.
Yep.
Well,
It's always been that way as far as abortion goes, I think.
I mean, look at all the different ways women tried using forms of birth. What they there was a civilization that used cow shit wedged up in there to as a form of birth control. Cow shit
Mm.
was used as well. They thought it worked as birth control, but yeah, it's a miracle anyone lived. That didn't last long, obviously. Different, all kinds of different tricks. We've only in more what since the 1940s, but after condoms, because
Something
those came
like
out in the
that. Yeah.
1800s,
Right.
that
Right.
we actually started understanding actual birth control and the hormones that
Mm-hmm.
are part of pregnancy that you can block to prevent you from getting pregnant and all that stuff and all that. It's like I want to pull my hair out with the stupidity of our government and our people. I really do. And like I said, we're expecting people who think urine and babies come from the same hole and they have to remove tampons to pee are going to understand how to use this properly and what to do if shit goes wrong.
Wow.
I'm not trying to
Before
make
we
fun of
leave,
educated people. I'm just having a fit that this should not be being sent out willy nilly.
right. And before we leave, I have a quick story that's popping off all over the place.
Uh oh.
Face, go lay down. And maybe hold that and let me send you this because this got part of her press conference in there. NBC is reporting on it right now. Face, go see daddy, please.
Um.
Use the second one, Crazy Bee.
Yeah. Hold on one second. Let me get this all opened where I need it to be.
Go. Eric, take the dog, please. Oh, go, Chasey.
Okay. Let me drop this in here since we're going to talk about it. Paste, space, then here.
And today's entire show, ladies and gentlemen, has been hijacked, brought to you by
Us. What? Wait, she actually had to make a statement that she wasn't a victim of
Go,
Epstein?
Go to the second. Go to the NBC News one I sent down below.
Oh,
Not this article. This is the Guardian. Go to NBC.
I apologize. Let's do this.
No problemo.
I thought that was the next one down. Wow. Okay,
Yeah,
just hit
hit
play.
play and let's see if she. Yeah, let's see what she says. This is going. My phone is buzzing every which way.
The lies linking me with the disgraceful Jeffrey Epstein need to end today. The individuals lying about me are devoid of ethical standards, humility, and respect. I do not object to their ignorance, but rather I reject their mean-spirited attempts to defame my reputation. I never been friends with Epstein. Donald and I were invited to the same parties as Epstein from time to time, since overlapping in social circles is common in New York City and Palm Beach. To be clear, I never had a relationship with Epstein or his accomplice, Maxwell. My email reply to Maxwell cannot be categorized. My polite reply to her email doesn't amount to anything more than a trivial note. I am not Epstein's victim. Epstein did not introduce me to Donald Trump. I met my husband by chance at a New York City party in 1998. This initial encounter with my husband is documented in detail in my book, Melania. The first time I crossed paths with Epstein was in the year 2000 at an event Donald and I attended together. At the time, I had never met Epstein and had no knowledge of his criminal undertakings. Numerous fake images and statements about Epstein and me have been circulating on social media for years now. Be cautious about what you believe. These images and stories are completely false. I'm not a witness or a named witness in connection with any of Epstein's crimes. My name has never appeared in court documents, depositions, victim statements, or FBI interviews surrounding the Epstein matter. I have never had any knowledge of Epstein. I was never involved in any capacity. I was not a participant, was never on Epstein's plane, and never visited his private island. I have never been legally accused or convinced of a crime in connection with Epstein's sex trafficking, abuse of minors, and other repulsive behavior. The false smears about me from mean-spirited and politically motivated individuals and entities looking to cause damage to my good name, to gain financially and climb politically, must stop. My attorneys and I have fought these unfounded and baseless lies with success and will continue to maintain my sound reputation without hesitation. To date, several individuals and companies have been legally obligated to publicly apologize and retract their lies about me, such as Daily Beast, James Carville, and HarperCollins, UK.
Good.
Now is the time for Congress to act. Epstein was not alone. Several prominent male executives resigned from their powerful positions after this matter became widely politicized. Of course, this doesn't amount to guilt, but we still must work openly and transparently to uncover the truth. I call on Congress to provide the women who have been victimized by Epstein with a public hearing specifically centered around the survivors. Give these victims their opportunity to testify under oath in front of Congress with the power of sworn testimony. Each and every woman should have her day to tell her story in public if she wishes, and then her testimony should be permanently entered into the congressional record. Then, and only then, we will have the truth. Thank you.
Oh, she refused to
Wow.
take any questions at the end. She just like, bye.
I wonder if that's why Bondi was let go.
Potentially.
Why
Potentially.
is Melania up there? Why is she up there saying all this?
Well,
Why
because there
didn't
have
Pam
been some
Bondi do any of
rumors.
this?
Oh, because Pam Bondi was too busy trying to look pretty. I don't know. She was stupid. I was not very fond of her. I gave, benefit of the doubt, and like I said, I didn't put faith in her, but I gave her the benefit of the doubt, and yeah, she was everything I feared, just like all the rest. So, but yeah, there were people in Congress, rumblings about it, and it was kind of being kicked around, thrown around that she may have been a victim or whatever to Epstein and all this bullshit. So, yeah, there was that.
Well, I don't know about the victim. I heard more or less her and Trump were the partiers. But then Trump came on and has always maintained, once he found out what a pukey was, he,
Ditched
you
him
know,
fast.
yeah, and turned him into the authorities.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're past time. It's 5:13.
Did you want to do that one
We will
short
pick
or
up
skip that
on.
till tomorrow?
Oh yeah, let's do the one. We'll do the one. No, we're off tomorrow. It's Friday, dear.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Shit. Friday is tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
So, did you want to do that
Mm-hmm.
today or no?
Yeah, we'll do the quick short.
Okay.
It's only a
This
couple
was,
seconds long.
yeah, it's 23 seconds.
This is
So,
for your entertainment. Yeah, maybe replay it when it's done.
okay. Oh my God. Oh my God, that is so. Hold on, let me pause it. The dog goes out to get the kicking tee after all the football players have cleared that
Mm-hmm.
spot. Usually, a person runs out and grabs it, but this dog
Right.
is
Mm-hmm.
so cute. However, I don't
I
know. I
love
think
it.
that was too
I
loud,
love
but
the camera. And don't you feel like you're going with them to get it?
yes, I
Dun,
love
dun,
the
dun, dun,
camera
dun,
on
dun,
his
dun, dun,
back.
dun, dun, dun. Yep. Dun, 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 dun.
Here, let me play it one more time. This is so. I love it when dogs like having jobs like this. They're free. They enjoy the hell out of it. So let them work. All right, watch this one more time.
He
That
doesn't miss a
is
beat.
No, he saw him line up and he was ready to roll. When they lined up for that kick, he wanted to go.
I feel like when he's barking in the beginning, he's going kick, 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 kick.
Yeah, like, come on.
I just
Get it
think
over with. I want to do my job. If only all employees
I
were
think
that
that's so cool.
enthusiastic.
For their job. There you go.
Oh, that was great. A good, happy story. Something nice at the end of the day. It really was great.
Right. So as I mentioned, tomorrow is Friday. We will be off, our usual day off. So we thank you for joining Rex Sisters. Please don't forget to like, follow, comment, share, subscribe, and set your notifications. We will return on Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and hope everybody has a good weekend.
Yep.
And with that crazy bee,
I'll tell y'all to stay
it's about
safe.
dinner time.
Yep. Well, actually, first we gotta makeshift fix the car to go get the actual thing we need to fix the car. And yeah, yeah. So then we'll go get dinner. But with that, I'm just going to
There
tell
you go.
everyone to stay safe, stay sane, stay sober. I'm going to go do what needs to be done. And you guys have a wonderful weekend. And we appreciate you guys, and we'll see you on the next one.
All right. Good night.
Good night.